Seniors, this is the moment you've been waiting for. A brand new update just came through. Extra payments will be approved for Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA benefits. But how much are we talking about? And when can you expect to see this money? The details are crucial, and you won't want to miss a single second of what's coming next. Stay with us, because the financial boost you've been hoping for is about to become reality. Seniors, this is the moment you've been waiting for. A brand new update just came through. Extra payments will be approved for Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA benefits. But how much are we talking about? And when can you expect to see this money? The details are crucial, and you won't want to miss a single second of what's coming next. Stay with us, because the financial boost you've been hoping for is about to become reality. If you're a senior or someone receiving Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits, you need to pay close attention to what's coming next. These extra payments are going to make a significant difference in your financial situation, and today we're going to walk you through everything you need to know. The first thing to understand is why this is happening. Over the past several years, the cost of living has been rising steadily, and many of you on fixed incomes have been feeling the pinch. Groceries, rent, medical expenses, everything seems to be getting more expensive, and your benefits just haven't been keeping up. The government has recognized this issue and is finally stepping in to offer some much-needed relief. These extra payments are part of a broader plan to help seniors and disabled Americans who have been hit the hardest by rising costs. Now, you might be wondering, how much extra money are we talking about, and when will I see it? Let's break it down. The exact amount of these extra payments will vary depending on your current benefits and circumstances, but we're looking at some significant boosts for many seniors and those receiving Social Security. The increase could be anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s. If you're on SSI or SSDI, you can also expect a noticeable bump in your monthly payments, and veterans receiving VA benefits will see extra money in their accounts as well. But here's the important part: this isn't a one-time payment. These extra payments will continue, providing ongoing relief for those of you who need it most. It's not just a temporary fix. This is designed to be a permanent adjustment to your benefits, ensuring that you can keep up with the rising cost of living for years to come. The goal is to make sure that seniors and disabled Americans aren't left behind as prices continue to climb. So, when can you expect to see these payments? The timeline for the rollout is being finalized as we speak, but the good news is that these extra payments will begin arriving soon. If you receive your benefits through direct deposit, you'll likely see the increase reflected in your next few payments. For those of you who receive paper checks, the process might take a little longer, but rest assured, the extra money is on its way. This brings us to a critical point: how should you use this extra money? For many of you, the past few years have been financially challenging. Medical bills may have piled up, rent may have increased, and daily expenses like groceries and utilities have become harder to manage. This extra money can be a lifeline, helping you to finally catch up on those bills or cover unexpected expenses. Whether it's paying off debt, buying essential items, or putting a little extra aside for a rainy day, these payments are designed to help you get back on your feet and stay there. But it's also important to be smart about how you use these extra payments. While this increase is significant, it's crucial to plan ahead and make sure you're using the money in a way that best serves your needs. Start by taking a close look at your current financial situation. Are there any debts that have been weighing you down? Medical bills that you've been struggling to pay? Perhaps you've been putting off important repairs around the house because you simply didn't have the funds. Now is the time to address those issues. Another great way to use this extra money is by building up your savings. Many seniors and disabled individuals don't have a financial safety net in place, which can make it difficult to handle unexpected expenses like car repairs or medical emergencies. Setting aside even a small portion of these extra payments for emergencies can provide peace of mind and financial security in the long run. It's always a good idea to have something tucked away, just in case. For those of you who are veterans, this extra money can be especially meaningful. Veterans often face unique financial challenges, particularly when it comes to healthcare and housing costs. Whether you're dealing with medical expenses related to your service or simply trying to keep up with the rising cost of living, these extra payments are designed to help. It's a recognition of the sacrifices you've made and the challenges you continue to face, and it's a step toward ensuring that you have the financial support you need. One thing to keep in mind is that while this extra money is incredibly helpful, It's also important to stay informed about any potential changes to your benefits. The government is constantly reviewing programs like Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA benefits, and new updates can happen at any time. By staying up to date with the latest news, you can ensure that you're making the most of your benefits and taking advantage of any additional support that becomes available. It's also worth mentioning that this increase is part of a larger effort to address the financial needs of seniors and disabled Americans. There's been growing recognition that the current benefits system hasn't always kept pace with the rising cost of living, particularly when it comes to essential expenses like healthcare and housing. This extra payment is a direct response to that issue, and it's part of a broader push to ensure that the benefits system works for everyone who relies on it. In fact, there are ongoing discussions in Washington about how to improve the benefits system even further. Some lawmakers are pushing for additional increases to Social Security and disability benefits, particularly for those who are most in need. This extra payment is a great start, but there's still more work to be done. Advocates are continuing to fight for better benefits and more support for seniors, disabled individuals, and veterans, and it's likely that we'll see even more improvements in the future. For those of you who have been advocating for changes to the benefits system, this extra payment is a big win. It's a testament to the power of your voices and the efforts of those who have been pushing for more meaningful support for seniors and disabled Americans. This increase shows that the government is finally listening, and it's a step in the right direction toward addressing the financial challenges that many of you face. But while this increase is great news, it's also important to remember that financial security doesn't happen overnight. These extra payments will provide much-needed relief, but it's still crucial to plan ahead and make the most of this opportunity. By taking a careful look at your budget, addressing any outstanding debts, and building up your savings, you can ensure that this extra money goes as far as possible. For many of you, these extra payments will make a real difference in your day-to-day life. Maybe you've been struggling to cover the cost of prescription medications or medical treatments. Maybe your rent has gone up and you've been wondering how you're going to make ends meet. Or perhaps you've been putting off important home repairs because you simply didn't have the funds. Whatever your situation, this extra money is designed to provide the relief you need. But it's also about more than just making ends meet. This extra payment is a chance for you to regain some financial control and start planning for the future. Whether that means paying off debts, saving for future expenses, or simply giving yourself a little breathing room. These payments are designed to help you achieve greater financial stability. And the best part is that this isn't a one-time deal. These extra payments are part of a permanent adjustment to your benefits, which means you can count on this additional money every month moving forward. It's not just about short-term relief, it's about long-term financial security. Of course, as with any major change, there may be some confusion or questions about how this will all work. If you're unsure about how much extra money you'll be receiving, or when it will arrive, the best thing to do is to stay informed and keep an eye on any communications from the Social Security Administration, SSA, or the Department of Veterans Affairs, VA. These organizations will be sending out notices with detailed information about the increase, so be sure to review those carefully. If you have any specific questions about your benefits, don't hesitate to reach out to the SSA or VA directly. They can provide guidance and answer any questions you might have about the extra payments and how they'll be implemented. Whether it's clarifying the amount you'll receive or helping you understand the timing of the payments, these agencies are there to help. It's also important to note that this extra payment won't affect your eligibility for other forms of assistance. Some of you may be receiving additional help from state or local programs, and you might be wondering whether these extra payments will impact that support. The good news is that in most cases, this increase will not affect your eligibility for other benefits. However, it's always a good idea to double-check with a benefits counselor or financial advisor to make sure you have all the information you need. As we move forward, it's clear that this extra payment is a positive step toward improving the financial security of seniors, disabled individuals, and veterans. It's part of a broader effort to ensure that the benefits system works for everyone, and it's a recognition of the real challenges that many of you have been facing. But while this is a major update, it's also important to remember that this is just the beginning. There are still many conversations happening in Washington about how to further improve the benefits system and provide even more support for those who rely on it. Advocates are continuing to push for additional increases, particularly for those who are most in need, and it's likely that we'll see more changes in the future. For now, though, The focus is on these extra payments and the relief they will provide. Whether you're a senior trying to keep up with rising medical costs or a disabled individual struggling to cover